All righty, McLovin. And there you have it.
I can't hear
As
you.
you can tell, you can't hear me. Can you hear me? You got a copy? Maybe it's your headset. It says I'm not muted. So maybe I am. Maybe I am. Let me check it. Let me check it. No, I'm good. I'm good. You can hear me?
I can't hear you.
Is your mic on? Is your headset on? My mic says it's on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you, brother.
I can't hear you.
I can hear you. Is
Wait
your
a
mic
second.
on? Or is your headset on?
Hello. I got you now. I got you.
Is your
That was
headset on?
yeah. It like undid my headset. It went to my computer. So we're good. We're good.
All right. Let's take from the top. Okay, McLovin. First of all, welcome home. As you can tell, McLovin's plastered in LSU. The purple and gold never looked so good before. McLovin, just give us an update how your week's been, brother.
Man, my week's been outstanding.
Outstanding, huh? Kiffin
Man,
made it that way, huh?
Kiffin's doing it, dude.
He's doing it.
He's
Well,
doing it.
we're gonna get to Kiffin in a little bit because look, I like I said,
Okay.
as a partial LSU liker myself since you and I watch with you and help cheer with you. Um, I think I got to play a little bit of devil's advocate for the people over there in Ole Miss, but we'll get to it. Other than that, I mean, Lane Kiffin. I wish there was a little bit more fireworks in the week. We didn't get the upsets, McLovin, that we were projecting, such
That's
as
very true.
yeah, man, it was kind of just a
It was.
dry week.
It was. I didn't
But
like
with
it.
that being said, um, five new coaches hired in the SEC just this past week, McLovin. Five coaches is quite a bit with your
Mm-hmm.
Tigers front line in that.
Front line.
How different does the SEC look next year, man? Is it obviously with Kiffin, you're feeling like it's already we're going to see some pretty instant gratification there. What say you
Oh, yeah. I mean, we already have some
there?
flips happening,
Yeah,
decommitment, then committing to us. We're getting a lot of Ole Miss commits, a lot of them flipping to us. So
yeah, man. Well, we have so I believe the Tulane coach gets hired. He goes to Florida,
Florida,
and
yeah,
I saw
Summerall.
his press conference of the day. Um, Pretty fiery, man. Seems like he's
He's a good
you don't
coach,
know anybody in these coaches. You know,
right?
Golish, he goes to I believe he went to Auburn. Am I right?
Who? Uh,
Golish. Let me see. Let me
Polish?
see.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say coaches. Look, I'm gonna do my own research. Coaches hired. My wife's chewing out my kids this week,
Oh, I
and
hear him. I hear him.
oh yeah, man, the kids. They always stress us out at this time of night. It's okay. It's okay.
How's your wife's new business about to venture about to go?
Yeah, I know, right? She's extremely excited about that.
That's good.
I was trying to look it up, but anyways, nonetheless, as you can tell, let's get to this because Kiffin's its own enchilada, and we'll delve off into that, McLovin.
Right.
But the CFP dropped its ranking tonight, and I don't know if it's surprising at all to some people. I know, the case was pleaded for, especially my team, the Longhorns, and unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's gonna matter anyways. I'm trying to pull up the actual bracket to where that is. I'll
I
just go
think
to
y'all and Notre Dame are the first out.
I don't think it's Notre Dame, unfortunately. I'm trying to let me share this screen and then we'll talk
Yeah,
about it and dive in, start from there.
sure.
Um, anyways, McLovin, how was your Thanksgiving? We didn't even recognize that.
I know we kind of just skipped over that on Saturday, huh?
Yeah, man, it was just we weren't worried about it. It's such a or Friday. It was such a big day for
For
football and
football, yeah,
opportunity,
definitely.
and the big day it was.
Hey, it was good. We had good food, good family. You know,
Just
good gaming that night. You
yeah,
know what
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean?
I know.
So,
I thought about getting onto it tonight. So, all right, McLovin, this is just the top 25 in how the wait timeout. What week was this? Because I'm sitting here looking at Texas being 16. Maybe this is week. Is that
is that
week
no one?
14?
They
Yeah,
just dropped them tonight.
yeah. Let me give me uno momento because that should have been right. But is this the one I just went to? Yep. Uh, I wonder what this is. All right, we're just gonna go to the NCAA and do it like that because
Uh,
yeah, that has a more accurate one. All right, McLevin. Oh snap! And I went away off the screen. Screen share. Let's do this back again. Run it back again and get it back up on that screen for the viewers out there, so we can talk about it. All right, McLevin. This is how you see it. So it's this is the rankings of the CFP. The only problem is
mm,
this is not the actual. This is what I don't get. This is actual not like the form it takes because technically to be in the college football playoffs is a team such as like the SEC and well, I don't even know if ACC's gets a team in, especially if Duke wins. But anyways, or the Big Ten, you have to be inside that top 10 because spots 11 and spots 12 are saved for pretty much James Madison and probably
mm,
the winner out of North Texas and Tulane. So obviously, minute change. Thank God Texas finally jumped over Vanderbilt. Never understood why Vanderbilt. We've got to shake the whole deal of just because 2 and 3 losses. It just depends. If you play the schedule, I mean, how bad is 3 losses? But as you can
right.
see, from 8 to basically 17, it's just a boatload of teams that could potentially make a case. McLevin, what do you think about just the initial top 25 ranking of the college football
I
playoff?
mean, it's not a bad ranking. It's not. I
Any
I,
disagreements?
I mean, I don't see too many disagreements. I mean,
How about
you can make a. I mean, Vandy with only 2 losses. It's kind of That's a hard one, but Texas did beat Vandy, so I understand why they're above them. So
all right? Well, how about this?
e-
How about
even Utah with 2 losses, first out.
yeah? And look, Utah. I think Utah is overrated. I
You gotta
really
be,
do.
I agree. You have to be reasonable. You have to look at the rankings and the team, how good the teams are going to go against each other. An SEC team is going to beat an ACC team. I'm sorry, that's how I view it.
For sure. Well, and the thing is, so just look, Miami is ranked behind Notre Dame. This is what I don't get. I don't get how the head to heads are valued. Notre Dame goes to Miami first week of the season and loses. If we're gonna count Texas's loss to Ohio State, you need to take that into consideration.
Oh, definitely.
And Miami and here's the deal: Miami has the same record as Notre Dame. Miami's
Mhm.
probably missing the playoffs right there in the boat with Texas, unfortunately.
Right.
But for some reason, has the same record as Notre Dame and has also beaten Notre Dame. Make that make
Right.
sense.
Yeah,
Now, if you want
that's
to
a
argue
hard
for
one.
Texas is, Texas has wins over A&M, Oklahoma, and Their other big win in the top 10
Vandy.
would be Vanderbilt. Now, has played Georgia. Georgia was 14-10, and then the game kind of got away after an onside kick and
Right.
got 2 scores ahead, and then it was just over. That was pretty much all she wrote there.
I think
But
the big loss for y'all is Florida. Florida is the one that's killing y'all.
yeah, but that's my thing though. Is how are you going to say Florida is a yes? Florida's a big loss. The Florida team that we played at the time wasn't the 4-8 Florida team that we know now. But Florida, mind you, has gentlemen like Jaden Baugh. They have DJ. Like all these guys were dudes before the season. Florida wasn't projected to be a top 10 team. I like. We get it misconstrued when we start talking about what's a bad loss. Like here's my argument over Miami as a Texas fan. What is a loss to Louisville and to SMU? I mean,
Right.
give SMU the 7th best SEC team and see what they do with them. Like, what are we talking? So Florida, I think is partially because the foundation, I guess, and Billy Napier. People were arguing for Billy Napier before Florida came back on
Right.
last year. But that's my thing is like, what are we really and if we want to be technical, so last year Notre Dame played for the national championship. Am I correct?
Yes.
Notre Dame also last year lost to Northern Illinois University, NIU. Was anybody talking about that bad loss?
No, they weren't.
So that's what I'm saying. If we don't go, mind you, if we don't go week 1 and play Ohio State, and this was a shell, the Texas was a shell of themselves at that moment. If we don't go play Ohio State at Ohio State, the closest Ohio State's been played all year long, and we just fill that game with, I don't know, just
Texas State. Texas
Arkansas
State.
Pine Bluff, we would be at 10-2 and probably punching our ticket,
Right.
or being right there amongst the Oklahomas and Alabamas that you see in 8-9.
Definitely.
That's
Definitely.
my argument. Like, how are you? What do you think about? Like I said, Miami. Yeah, but bro, you lost to Louisville. Like, the ACC is like the Big 12.
Right.
You can afford to lose one. There's a lot less wiggle room. I don't know. You just can't lose to those teams.
No, you can't.
It's different. It's different. Like that's what I'm saying. When we're talking about Texas losing to at Georgia at night, we're talking about Texas losing to a Florida at the Swamp at 3:30, goes into a night game, still a primetime game, and then we're talking about Texas losing at the Shoot. Like, these are all road games, primetime venues. That definitely home field advantage plays into that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, what bad loss do we? I mean, yeah, Florida is a bad loss just because the way they turned out. But I guarantee
Right.
you, there's probably 10 dudes on that team right now that's going to go pro.
Oh, definitely.
I guarantee you, there's first round picks on that team. Yeah, it's just not the same as losing to a a Louisville or a SMU.
Right.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah, we'll just have to hope for the best, Hopefully Alabama loses, BYU loses this weekend.
Yeah, so I don't necessarily know if it would be BYU as much as it would be Bama, and then just absolutely having nothing. So this would be, as you see it right there, you've got Ohio State number 1, Indiana number 2, which that game is actually just fixing to get played this weekend. Texas Tech number 4, Georgia. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Please send us postcards and stickers as Longhorns fans for getting you that spot after you did us dirty on that onside kick. but you're welcome. You're number 3 now. So those 2 little college football icons, that's for your conference champions of like the James Madisons of the world, which, I mean, my goodness. Could you imagine being Georgia? Look how good Georgia's sitting right now.
Right.
Georgia, they're going to have either James Madison or Tulane or North Texas, whatever goes in there. But that's an Ole Miss team, McLovin. And let's talk about this for a little bit. How much affected do you think Ole Miss is after this week going into the playoffs?
Oh, they're very affected. Like they want to win it all, but I don't think the players are gonna play less harder. Which Lane Kiffin did send the offensive coordinator back over there to finish out the season.
Yeah, but I mean, there's still a lot. I would say there's a handful of offensive coaches that are at LSU with him at the moment.
Oh, definitely. Most of the coaches are over there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, to lose probably, let's just say, majority of your offensive staff, I believe Charlie Weiss went back, but I mean,
but at the end of the day, Lane Kiffin does call the plays, not Charlie Weiss.
Yeah, but my thing is though is how effective do you want? And let's just say hypothetically they're going to go play. Probably James Madison, because I think James Madison would have the 11th spot over a North Texas or Tulane. So let's just say Ole Miss and James Madison. Now, I guess hypothetically speaking, that's probably the best starter point if you're an Ole Miss football team that is still has guys and good players on it, but absolutely has no offensive. I don't know. I'm not going to say no offensive identity. They just don't have their head coach. And a lot of their coaches are obviously already in Baton Rouge.
Mm-hmm.
Do you? And like I said, that's what I'm saying. Georgia's got a great spot here because I kind of it's almost like you got 2 buys, like the way Georgia plays. Now, do I think that it could be interesting for a half? But you can almost chalk Georgia up into being into the Final Four if it turns out like this. That's what I'm saying.
Right. I get what you're saying.
Now, Notre Dame is going to have, and we're just going off the hypothetical of what we're seeing right here actually turns out. Obviously, big implications on the conference championships. With you got Alabama going to go meet with Georgia for a second time. Hopefully, Georgia can. If you're a Texas fan, there's no chance for us. I'm just shooting, a little bit of hope. But Notre Dame would go to Texas A&M to play in December at Kyle Field. The first meeting was in Notre Dame. And it was played, 1-point game. So
I think Notre Dame's a different team now, and
for sure,
I think Notre Dame can beat them very easily.
Well,
that quarterback has done way better since then, and it'll be a different game for sure.
Well, Carr's passed the ball better, but I think what Texas exposed, and I mean, mind you, Texas Wisner, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. But what Texas exposed with the run game is you can get A&M, especially with Love. I mean, just put him in a zone read and let him find the hole.
Right.
A&M is you can run on A&M. You can put a 150, and if your name is Love, you may put 200 plus on them.
Even LSU in the first half ran all over A&M. I don't know why they went away from it in the second half of that game, but definitely, I definitely see your point.
Who would you take? There at Kyle Field? Notre Dame. Like I said, they've got plenty of tape to do what they want to do. They got the best running back in the country.
I'm taking Notre Dame. They have a better head coach.
Tall task to climb at Kyle Field.
I understand. It's not unbeatable. They're not unbeatable at Kyle Field.
Well, if the defense can play a remotely close game with them and slow down
Yeah.
Concepcion and Craver, that's why Texas. Well, Texas, mind you, was so successful just for the simple fact of them getting the pressure on Marcel Reed and actually making Marcel Reed have to throw a pass over 10 yards and not letting his receivers just get yak after that catch. But
Right.
anyway, obviously, they're Texas Tech moving into the number 4 spot, which gives them a bye and then a home game.
They
I
do
can
still have to
promise
play
you,
their bowl game.
Lubbock's gonna be electric there for
Oh,
that home
definitely.
game. Which let's just chalk it up. If we're looking at what it is, it's probably going to be Oregon, which is crazy to think that Oregon would have a home game at Texas Tech for the playoffs, but it'd be cool. Uh, just to early look ahead, early assumption. Who would you have as a favorite over a Texas Tech, or excuse me, on a Texas Tech and Oregon?
Oh, I have Oregon.
You think
Oh,
Texas is a team that needs to get exposed? Is
yeah.
that what you're saying?
Look at the division they play in.
Oh, so
That's all I have to say.
the Big 12 gets no
They
respect.
have not played somebody with a good defense, a good offense, a good head coach at that to be able to show them something. They
So
did not.
their
The,
one
the,
loss is at Arizona State. They lost by
no,
4, 26-22. But they have a win over Utah at Utah 34. I think that was their most impressive win because Utah was at that time perceived to be actually pretty good. Um,
I was very unimpressed in the first half of that game
but you're talking about Tech or Utah?
by Tech.
Well, I mean, dude, they
Cause
look.
I was watching the game at a bar with a friend, and I I left at halftime. I was like, this is even fun to watch. And of course, they go off right after I leave, but
Well,
you know,
I think a home game for Tech it would be gassed up for sure, but I think that's the next piece of the puzzle for Dan Lanning in Oregon is probably to make it to that Final Four. So yeah, I
yeah,
could definitely see them putting a game plan together to get because I don't 12 being North Texas, you're probably going to be favored by 2 touchdowns at least.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, that'd be an interesting one. Um, another rematch against Alabama and Oklahoma if it stays like that. Now, if Alabama loses to
This
Georgia,
is
I don't know how much it would like fluctuate.
right.
They've got to drop, you would figure, right? But they would be a 3-loss team, which obviously I don't think they're
I
losing nothing
I think if they lose to Georgia, they're out.
in the
Period.
conference championship.
In the conference championship, if you lose a third game, if Texas is out, Alabama should be out.
I mean, if you want to be honest, let's talk about. Hey, I can highlight that bad loss for you one more time. The team that Alabama lost to in Florida State literally it just got doubled up by the team Texas lost to. So mind you that, brother. Uh,
Right.
Jason, oh look at Jason Hayslip. All right, I'm gonna go off that because Jason.
What do you say?
Oh, he's just being the good guy he is. Let's see what he says. Is a good win equal or equivalent to a good loss, McLovin?
Hey, I like it, Jay. I like it, Jay.
I
Yeah.
you know, a good win. I mean, obviously you've got to get one more point for a win than you do for a loss. But
Right.
I think I don't understand how you don't see and again Texas fans coming out here, but how you don't get rewarded something for playing in Ohio State when you look at a team like Indiana. I mean, I could pull their schedule up right
Mm.
now. It's kind of comical who they played. Now, Indiana hasn't done nothing but look dominant, but
Right.
Indiana's no. Let me give you their non-conference was Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, and Indiana State. I mean, so what we're going to do in college football is, and I just talked to Jason about this earlier. What we're going to do in college football is those games that you've cherished so long with, say, Nick Saban. Remember when Nick Saban would go play a USC at the beginning of the year when they were, decent? No, I mean, they're still decent, but or they would go play in Oregon, or you'd have this big game off the rip. Well, Michigan, like last year, Texas goes and plays Michigan. 2 years we go play Alabama before we're in the SEC. Those are not going to exist anymore. I want to say Kurt Herbstreit, I think he retweeted something about Alabama posting something about to their fan base to look out for schedule changes, because why look, Texas has, that's the thing, Texas has Ohio State next year at home.
Right.
At home. Why would we want to play that game at home? Because I would save my 2-loss fluctuation for SEC play, because you very much and definitely can get 2 losses in SEC. So
yeah,
it's sad, but you're just going to lose those games, and from now on you're not going to get an LSU versus what could be like an Indiana non-conference matchup. You're going to get LSU versus Arkansas Pine Bluff. That's what you're going to get. And it's going to be boring.
Why not? Why not do that then?
Yeah, and then Jason gives us one more. And strength of schedule matter? Yes, it does. Who does BYU play? No one. Stand on business. What's your business? We'll flip BYU schedule up, because
yeah, definitely. Let's put it up.
I'm right there with you. I'm not a true believer in. Look, Texas has been in the Big 12, and it was Texas or Oklahoma. I think the last year we were even in the Big 12, it was Oklahoma State, and I think we beat them by like 45 points. It was a pretty big a deficit. You're just not beating somebody like that in SEC championship.
They got blew out by Texas Tech.
Yeah, so, yeah. Well, that was,
why are they in there?
That wasn't even a game. Well, I mean, you look who they played, like non-conference, Portland State, Stanford. It's just a horrendous program this year. Eastern Carolina, Colorado's a joke. There was a 3-point game. West Virginia's a joke. Arizona State. Now that would actually, or not Arizona State, but Arizona. Now, what we know about Arizona, that would actually be a good win. So I would give them credit for that. And then Utah, I think Utah's been overrated all year. You can say what you want to say about that, but I just don't think. I think they're a 18 through 23 team at best.
Right.
But yeah, man, they've had some decent wins. I don't think Cincinnati. If we're going to give Cincinnati flowers, which I don't.
No, definitely not. They didn't look good this year,
team, brother. But are you talking about BYU being in the 12 best teams?
Look, I'm sorry, but a Texas team will beat them. I mean, who else was behind them? Utah. I think Utah could beat them.
I don't even know. To be honest, let's just say, do you think if it was a 16 team playoff, like a lot of people have mentioned, do you think you not Utah, but BYU gets into that? My dog scratching the door. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. So, yeah, I mean, it's just an absolute mess, McLovin, that between playoffs and coaching changes, it's been a mess. We'll give Jason's on a roll. They played.
Yes, he really is.
Yeah. He's on a roll. Hunter, Hunter's always got to say something about Texas Tech, but we appreciate your comment, brother. Texas Tech wins the Big 12, just saying, well, yeah, they're going to win the Big 12. I don't think anybody – look, if you're a betting man and you got money on BYU, let me rub your shoulder, because you must be lucky. That's why you're betting that line. Who knows?
So is Texas Tech playing BYU in the Big 12?
Yeah, they'll play this. Yeah.
So if Texas Tech wins, does BYU still get in? I don't think so. There's no way.
No. BYU wouldn't. No, not a chance. Not a chance.
That could help y'all out. That could help y'all out if them and Alabama lose.
I
That'd be
think you're gonna get four from the big. Well, you're probably gonna get. It just depends because we still got to see, dude. If Duke happens to win, if Duke happens to beat Virginia, I mean Virginia may not, or excuse me, the ACC may not be getting anybody, and like it's possible. Duke is dude. Duke is 7-5. 7-5 playing for an ACC championship.
I don't think if an 8-5 team getting in, that'd be crazy.
So if Duke, that's what I'm saying. If Duke goes on and beats Virginia, does that exclude? Would you say that excludes the ACC from the playoffs? Because Virginia, I
possibly
believe Virginia would then be.
Unless they just say, "Hey, Virginia is a better team," so they let them in.
But that's my thing, though. Is so that's you got to read the fine print. It says it lets in the conference champions. So are you going to let in an 8-5 team? Like
I hate the conference championship stuff. I think it should just be the top 12 teams get in. Period.
Yeah, I know. I thought about that. I was thinking. So technically, in the NFL,
I've been saying that for years. That the top 12 teams should get in, not these championships where you have a 7-5 team that could possibly get in. Like, why would we do that?
Reserved for the 4 and 5 champions,
right? But no one wants to see that. No one wants to see a
you don't want to see. You don't want to see North Texas play Oregon.
Okay, I do want to see. I like North Texas. I
We'll
like
watch
their little
it
quarterback.
one time, but after that,
after that, we're done. We're done after that. But at the end of the day, who wants to see this little team get in?
OH, baby. OH.
While we going in here getting these big teams.
The world. God bless you, Glenn Schneiders. Miss you on Xbox. And look, I picked y'all to win by 3. McLovin over here, on the other hand, was like they're going to go and stomp them out. And so maybe McLovin's your boy for the week. I can't even take the credit. Oh, my gosh.
I made some bets on Ohio State beating Michigan.
Did you?
That's all I'm saying. Well, I told you they were going to win by 14. They won by way more than 14.
Yeah, they actually did. They
stomped. I watched that first half. I was like, oh, yeah, Ohio State's about to come in the second half and just whoop them.
Yeah, well, look, we'll give you one more Ohio State championship before we tease. We've done enough we've done enough look ahead. We ain't even done reactions and talked about McLovin's, his dream boy, so to speak. But anyways, I think Ohio State loses.
We haven't talked about that yet.
Timeout. Let me just quick early look ahead. I like Indiana. As you remember how this game went last year. It was solid through the first half, and about the third quarter, Indiana saw that they were not the same team as Ohio State. I would say maybe give it a quarter longer, but I think Ohio State would own that fourth quarter and ultimately take over the game. Just too much dudes on Ohio State sideline. Sorry, Hunter, if you wanted to see that. But Indiana's a good story, so God bless them. McLovin. Let's go to you, man. Let's go to you because we got to talk. I got to play devil's advocate a little bit because you're over there wearing the purple and gold, and rightfully so. You've got all the reason to be teed up.
Hey,
the last 72 hours, yeah, man. Last 72 hours for the Tigers, I can assure you, have been a lot more different than the last 72 hours for them old Rebels. Not just for them trying to get ready for a college football championship, championship, but playoff berth. But
so let's say this. Let me start off. At the end of the day, like they're getting so mad at Kiffin. They're getting so mad at Kiffin for leaving at the time that he's leaving. But at the end of the day, the NCAA is forcing him to have to make that decision because of early signing day and the transfer portal opening so early. He has to be able to do this.
Are we saying it's because? Are we saying it's because of the
Yes,
NCAA? Or
yes, 100%, 100%. If they push back early signing period, just have one signing period after the season, have that transfer portal window after the season's completely over. We don't have this. We have coaches coming in later on and being able to finish out seasons. And until they do that,
so let's reel it back. Let's reel it back because I know you're teed up as a Tiger.
I'm teed up on that. Like
so
why are you hating
let's
on
just
Kiffin
talk
so bad?
about the state of Ole Miss football. This is where I have a problem with. And like I said, if you're an LSU fan, don't look, man. There's no reason you got to put your head down, brother. To hold your chest high because, yeah, I mean, Lane Kiffin is Lane Kiffin. He's that dude. He's probably going to bring. He's going to get the press. Lane Kiffin is always going to have a press reel every week on the news just because of what he says.
Definitely.
I think Lane Kiffin's identity matches with Louisiana. They're kind of
definitely.
I don't want to say
they're the same.
grimy,
definitely.
But the thing is, dude, this is my thing. Is Lane Kiffin, so wherever you want to start at, he goes to USC. He has a subpar year. Actually, he was at Tennessee. Then he goes to USC, subpar. Then he ends up going to FAU. And I think he stays there I think he stayed at Ole Miss longer than he stayed anywhere, which was like 5 or 6 years as a head coach.
6 years. Yep.
My problem is with Kiffin is like what I understand if you just needed the security, like as Jason says right there, 25 million in NIL deals for LSU players. If that's got to be the guarantee that he wants. I think he made some kind of remark today at the press conference, like saying, "Well, I don't even know my salary. I tell my agent not to tell me my salary." Dude, everybody in their mama knows your salary. Like, how dumb is that? Like,
you get paid $13 million a year. Come on, man.
But what I'm saying is, I just don't. If Lane Kiffin wanted to wear a Donald Trump, the most Donald Trump politically shirt ever on a Harley, half naked, and ride it through campus, nobody would say nothing to him. That's how much leeway he had at Ole Miss. He could have done anything. He turned the program around. He had 3 back-to-back 10-win seasons at Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. I don't like the way it's done as far as, and like I said, McLovin, I'm not taking away from you. I'm talking about it would be any coach. I just can't see in what world. And yes, I understand that it's timing because National Signings Day is tomorrow and this and that. But dude, I mean, and he said it himself. He said he found himself at Ole Miss. So it's like, well, if you found yourself, what else are you looking for? And that's the only thing that worries me. Now, with that being said, Lane Kiffin plus LSU, it's hard to see where that equals anything negative.
Like you got to think, Ole Miss is down here. They're a tier below LSU. Like LSU is known for winning national championships, whether it's basketball, women's basketball, LSU baseball, gymnastics. I mean, we're on the top.
Well, LSU,
the top 5 schools in the country.
LSU is a program like Georgia, like Ohio State. I mean, it's hard not,
right?
And they can pay you.
Exactly.
I think Lane Kiffin's problem at Ole Miss was because if you look at Ole Miss is a team that doesn't get high school. They're not going to be just in top 10 of your high school or top 5 of your high school recruiting classes every year. So therefore, you got to go portal. And if you go portal, as you see with Florida State and as you see with some of these other schools, it doesn't always work out. So you may have some down years, while these other classes, like, dude, LSU could easily put together a top 5 class every year.
Oh, definitely. And you got to think, if Ole Miss didn't get Chambliss, where would they be right now? They would not be an 11-1 team.
No.
I'm just saying that they got lucky with Chambliss because he was a bet.
Well,
But
and I guess in a way it's team security, right? You know, if you're getting top 5 draft class or draft class, you're getting top 5 recruitment class every year. It's kind of hard to not be in a
right,
12 team playoff every year because those guys are going to produce at some point. Now, I know with NIL it changes the whole deal, but you know, anyways, McLovin, your last thoughts on Lane Kiffin? Like I said, I don't at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's college football, you know. You could see the Ole Miss fans visibly, you know, irate about it. You had them at the airport. You had the dude standing over the fence flipping. I don't know if he's with his kids or whatever, but they were pretty
he
mad.
said they were trying to run him off the road,
Yeah,
drive
I
to the
mean,
airport.
but how would you feel if you were Ole Miss?
Yeah, but I wouldn't try to
They're,
kill the man. Like,
I mean,
let's go.
I'm not saying that, but they're going into the playoffs at 11-1. You know, pretty bad time, Lane. But Ole Miss technically they gave him that ultimatum and they had to because
Right.
you gotta figure out what you're doing, and then protect your class because you know no if they don't people ain't just gonna sign Ole Miss if they don't know. If
I think Ole Miss making the ultimatum really kind of just crapped on themselves. You know what I mean?
Well, time out. They didn't. Ole Miss didn't crap on anybody. For you
At
can't
the end of the day, when he was at FAU, it is said that the LSU job was the one he wanted when he was back at FAU. So that was before Ole Miss even offered him anything. Like that was his goal, is to be the LSU head coach. So the money was there. The recruiting's there. The NIL's there. Like, why wouldn't he?
I wish I could have saw that quote because it was a quote that somebody had, and it was about Kiffin. It was some reporter, and they were like, "Dude, the problem is with Lane Kiffin is he has the attention span of and then gave a reference to something that doesn't have a long attention span because he's at these. Now, I don't think, like I said, I don't think that's the outcome at LSU. I think he went to LSU so he could be on top of the world, but. You know, he's left some other programs, McLovin. What if the Cowboys? What if the Cowboys job comes open, McLovin?
Hey,
What if the Cowboys job comes open. He had a few bad years at LSU. He's like, just saying.
That's the thing.
What goes around comes around.
He was an NFL head coach. It didn't work out, and he's thrived in college football ever since. So
yeah, Kiffin. Well, look, God bless them. We're going to see what tomorrow holds. It's National Signing Day, so you'll have, you know, maybe you'll have some flips from LSU. We're trying to get Richard Anderson. Who knows? Still holding on to that one because Kiffin makes it obviously harder. But
yeah, definitely. Well, he said he's not signing tomorrow. Richard Anderson. He said he's going to wait a little longer.
Yeah, I think pray about it. He's seen Texas.
No, he's waiting for that interim head coach at LSU to see if they're going to retain him or not.
Okay.
So that's a big thing.
Yeah. I know he's a big recruitment. Well, look, let's go on some reactions, McLovin. First of all, let's start off with your Tigers coming out of nowhere, brother, and nearly just kicking the door. Right
Defense looked
down.
insane. Defense looked insane. Offense looked terrible. Yeah, that's the gist of it. You know, a lot of offensive weapons were hurt. I think if Nuss would have been in the game, it probably would have been a different game. But
man, you ain't gonna see the Nuss for the rest of it. You'll see him in a pro suit drafted.
Oh, definitely. He'll go to the Cowboys.
Yeah, I was just disappointed. I saw that deep shot to Centega or Centania or whatever his name is, and I was like, dang it.
Blown coverage, dude. That blown coverage.
That was it too, man. Y'all were right there. That was something to hang your hat. Dude, if you already got a win right there and Kiffin, I don't know if you'd have been able to drive through Baton Rouge. The streets would have been shut down.
Definitely.
They would have been celebrating. Yeah, man. That was a different level. But anyways, close game with Oklahoma. You nearly changed at least the dynamic for us, but you didn't, McLovin. So 2026, Lane Kiffin, LSU, it's on, baby. Do y'all get a bowl?
Oh yeah, we're bowl eligible. 7-5.
Kiffin,
right?
Now, Kiffin, I wonder if Kiffin can coach in that bowl or no.
I don't know that there was something saying if he would or not, but I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, well,
I don't
keep
think he will.
that's your due diligence over the next span of a month and a half of college football. Just keep up with can Coach Kiffin even attempted coaching that bowl? That'd be interesting to know. But man, dude, the sad part is before we get to Texas and A&M, I watched a bunch of games that day. Now, brief overview of Ohio State because there wasn't really much of one. For one, I love watching a game like that. I texted Jason. I was like, "How fitting is this? It's snowing up there, and Ohio State is just laying it to Michigan. Didn't have a problem. Let me tell you what was impressive about that game. Ohio State laid it to Michigan the way Michigan tries to lay it to Ohio State. It's always so sweet when you can do what another team does, but do it better.
Right.
I think Ohio State had 200 plus yards of rushing, so they didn't really even have to break out. Jeremiah Smith, he had a touchdown catch, but they didn't really have to break out their receivers.
Okay.
They
Let me ask you this:
Go ahead.
his touchdown, was it a touchdown? Did you see that
that's one
play?
of those. Yeah, man, that's one of those things that goes both ways. I could see where people would say it was a fumble, but I could see where it was a catch as well. I mean, at the bottom
Right.
of the line, be real. That way, it didn't matter. It wasn't going to change the dynamic of the game.
Right.
Not what I saw yesterday.
No.
Michigan could have played that game 5 times over with the same team, and it would have been the same result. I mean,
Right.
it's just a different. And I don't think Justice Haynes, he didn't play yesterday for that game. I don't believe so. Yeah,
Right.
they don't have the dudes this year, man. I guess I don't know. I'm not. Kudos to Ohio State for getting to him though. Auburn could have had their shot, but my boy, dude, he fumbles on the 20 as Auburn goes to score, and Alabama, they're having some close calls. That's what I'm saying. That Georgia game is definitely intriguing. Now, I don't know what a playoff committee would do with a 10-3 Bama team, but yeah, we'll have to see how that shakes out, though. Miss McLevin, I'm gonna wrap it up with reaction. We're gonna go to our Texas Longhorns versus the Texas. I don't remember the second half of their name. What Ags? The so-called flagship program of Texas. Yeah, man. 12-0 was almost achieved, but just out of the grasp because there stands a Longhorn between that. So now you're sitting at 11-1.
Got him.
Congratulations. You get to watch the SEC championship from the comfort of your own home. That's thanks to the boys in the burnt orange. Look, I'll be honest with you, McLovin. There was too many A&M fans that came to me way too cocky, okay, brother? Like that, they already had 12-0. First of all, I said before the game, I said it in our look ahead to this game. I said, if you can make Marcel Reed stand back and throw the ball further than 10 yards, this game gets interesting because now he has to find the receiver. And can he do that under pressure?
Right.
You've seen it in the fourth quarter. You make Marcel Reed start to have to be a thrower because they don't buy into the run, and then they can't run. And then Marcel Reed's either hurt or he's getting contained on the it's not a design run by Marcel Reed, but there's definitely a play that, hey, if you see green grass Hall, he wasn't having that. So he became a passer. And in that, he gave you 2 interceptions, and it sealed
back to back.
Yeah. Back to back. And it sealed the game for all you Aggie fans that thought that whatever molehill of victories that you played against losing SEC teams And yeah, it ticks me off because people were sitting there being like, even analysts on ESPN, the Aggies, that's why they call the Texas little brother. I said, when has any of those weirdos ever called us little brother? First of all, never happened.
Right.
It never happened. I don't know. I think it's scary for Aggies because, like I said, brother, they have a good team, but there's so much that's been opened up as far as like Texas is not even really sold out to the run this whole season, and you let them put, I believe it was upward of 200 yards rushing, but Trey Wisner himself lives rent free in College Station. A second year for him to have over 150 yards. McLovin,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't watch that game with me, but I was on cloud nine, especially in the
Oh,
second
I
half.
know it. We actually we had a watch party in the Discord.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. But it was encouraging. Look, I think the thing is Texas probably won't make the playoffs.
Yeah, unfortunate. It's
But the
unfortunate.
thing is Texas is a young team. We're really not losing anybody offensively. I mean, Wingo, all those guys will be back. A lot of the defense now we'll lose probably Anthony Hill and Taft, but at the end of the day, they'll
Right.
come back and I just want people to like look at Arch and who he was. It's crazy that we've went through a whole season this fast, McLovin, but look at Arch and look at who he was week one against Ohio
Oh,
State.
definitely. I've even said he looks 10 times better than he did. I think next year Heisman conversation.
Yeah. Well, and to me, I think that you're getting the version of Arch now that you may have projected at the first of the season.
Right. I knew his first year. Like most of those Heisman and quarterbacks, their first year isn't very good, and then that second year they come in and from their second year starting, and they go over the mountain and do what they're supposed to do, and just look 10 times better because they know more about the game and they learn.
Man, the most evident thing though is if you want to see what really impresses me about Arch and it like I just watch it, watch the games, watch from like week one highlight to this week, and how the dude maneuvers and manages himself in the pockets, his pocket presence. Now, if you're Texas and you barely got a line to hang on, sometimes yeah, you may get smacked in the face, but when that pocket is there, it's gonna condense and cave in a little bit. How are you managing around it? It's always impressive to see a pocket get real skinny and a quarterback still keep his eyes downfield. And with Arch, he's at that point where I'm impressed because it not only those pockets getting skinny, he's keeping his eyes downfield, but now he's actually tucking it and seeing the holes and getting those 10 yards. And that's where I think he's going to be one
Or
of the
35 yards for a touchdown.
yeah, dude. I bought a shirt. I bought the shirt of him running the ball in the end zone. It sounds kind of goofy, but I'll wear it on the show and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Because every Aggie will know what that play is. So
Oh, definitely.
yeah, for sure. But anyways, McLovin, look, brother, that's all I had. I didn't, we come on here to talk some reactions, some CFP reactions, some Lane Kiffin reactions, some Hook'em Horns not making it in the playoffs, you dirty college playoff reaction. But anyways, McLovin, go ahead and send this out because I got an early morning tomorrow, brother, and I've enjoyed doing this with you. And we actually had a lot of viewers tonight.
Yeah, we did. We had a good bout.
Did you see? We were up to 13 at one time. At
Oh,
13
wow.
minutes. Yeah, brother. So
Let's go.
congratulations on that, big dog. We'll send this out and tell them boys where they can find us. Make sure if you haven't already, like, share, subscribe because we appreciate when you do stuff like that. It makes us smile. And then we text each other in the morning how good it was. Well, I'm not going to say that, but we text each other in the morning just how cool it is to gain new friends and.
Right.
And, we want friends, and God bless you.
We want this to be a community. You can come in here, say what you need to say.
Praise God.
Debate us, and just continue to.
Well, look, man, you don't even have to debate us when we start talking
Hey,
about football. When we start talking about Lane Kiffin, if it feels a little slimy, the fact that he left Ole Miss to go to LSU. Look at this LSU fan. This is why these
go
couillons up there.
Tigers!
This is why these couillons up there, they get so teed up.
Why you call me a
You think
retard?
Lane Kiffin knows what a couillon is?
Probably not, but he's got Coach O for that.
You think he'll hire Coach O? I've heard that mentioned. You
It's
think
been mentioned, but I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. Hopefully,
all
that'd
right,
be nice.
Well, McLovin, we're McLovin's going to be our LSU expertise here, so he's gonna be our eyes and ears. But
I promise you, I'll be there for y'all.
yeah, man, we talk sense. I told somebody the other week, look, I'm not a sports analyst. I am a fan of awareness of good football. So when I say that, I'm a fan of the Texas Longhorns. I'm aware of other teams playing good football. I'm aware that there may be teams better than mine playing football. Now it's hard to believe when we've lost to 3. Say what you want about Florida. I'll keep in mind and remind y'all how many people get drafted and go first round over the next 2 years.
All I'm saying is LSU beat them.
That's right. Hey, kudos to that because Texas didn't. But anyways, McLovin, send us out. Tell them where to find us, brother.
All right, you can find us on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. You know it. We're there. T-Top Network.
T-Top.
Let's go, baby.
God bless you. God bless LSU and their new ventures with Kiffin. And if you're a Horn man, hook them. Till next time. We'll still be here, guys. We're gonna maybe we may even get on McLovin. I may even see maybe tomorrow night. I mean, National Signing Day tomorrow.
Yeah, National Signing Day is big. We might be able to get on tomorrow night.
Yeah. If we have enough overhaul, because that's I like recruiting in college football. Man, I like keeping up with stuff like that. So
right, me too.
Yeah. But anyways, we'll see what tomorrow holds. McLovin, big day in recruiting for if you're a fan base, see who you get, 4-star, 5-star, 3-star. If you're Aggies, 2-star, whatever.
Sir.
Texas, the flagship program in Texas. Don't ever forget it. Aggies.
Go Tigers.
God bless you, McLovin.
God bless you, brother.